Hello everybody and welcome to a new video, and today we are going to look at my full Neo Geo Pocket Color collection. Now when I say full, this is what I have. It's not the full American set or anything like that. It's just what I have, everything. I'm showing you everything I got, and I'm going to go over some points, what I like and disliked about the system. So let's take a look. Alright guys, so basically Neo Geo Pocket, from what I remember, I don't really remember too much about it when it first came out. I remember seeing it in the magazines, and it was like supposed to be like the best way to play like Neo Geo ports and everything like that. If you couldn't afford like the AES or MVS or whatever at the time, you know, the Neo Geo Pocket was your next best thing. It was an affordable Neo Geo system, and they did a pretty good job with it. I mean, seriously, when I played that thing, I really felt like the games were like they transitioned well, I would say. You know, from their arcade counterparts, they were more like how should I say this? Of course, the graphics look kiddie and everything like that, but the gameplay just felt the same with a lot of the games, and specifically fighting games, which was one of the best things on the system. King of the Fighters, Fatal Fury, things like that. So you really felt at home when you played that system. Now, I didn't actually get my system until I got into the Army. And I was actually playing it in the barracks. You know, we weren't supposed to be playing it, but you know, weren't even supposed to have it. But you know, needed that entertainment, you know, to keep sane, because drill sergeant was in your face every day, just trying to mess with you. And I was like, man, dude, not that I was going to break or anything, but I just needed some relief. So we had got one of these snuck in, and I played it. I really enjoyed it. But when I left AIT training, I left that thing. I gave it to the next guy so he could stay sane. So I didn't get another one until I want to say it was 2004 when I moved to Washington. There's a place called Fry's Electronics, and Fry's Electronics had the Neo Geo Pocket on sale for cheap. I remember it was like going for $30 and used to come with like 4 games. So I picked one up, and it actually came with this blister pack, which I'm going to show you right now. Blister packs were pretty cheap. There was, from what I remember, there was like 2 or 3 different ones. But it had a variation of games pretty much that you could play on the system. And I found out later on that was the only way you could get a game called Fossilay. It was the last Neo Geo Pocket game released for the American system. And that game goes for a lot of money now, but I'll get into a little bit about that later. So I got this pack, thought it was really cool, enjoyed the system for a bit, but then unfortunately I got tired of it. And back, I want to say in my mid-20s, I was pretty much like, if I got tired of a system or whatever like that, it was time to trade it in. So I got rid of it. Then I got it back again, I want to say around 2010, 11-ish. I would say 2011, 12, sometime around that. I started to appreciate the system more for what it was, especially the collectability of it. You know, just something good to have. So I picked up another one again, and I started started building a collection around it again, and I really started to enjoy it this time around. I actually did a video on Jason's channel talking about it, and around the time I was on Jason's channel, I got like 2 of the rarest games for the system. So anyways, before we go over that, in this video we're going to go over the whole collection towards the end, and right now I'm going to show you a couple of my favorite games for the system. So first game here, I'm going to go with the rares first. The game I was talking about, Fossilay. I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm not really sure. But Fossilay is a tactical game. Very high production values for the Neo Geo Pocket. I can't believe, like, this game actually has like a theme song in it. A little bit of voice acting and everything like that. Well, just in the theme song from what I noticed. But it's a tactical RPG. Kind of reminds me of, I kind of want to say Advance Wars, but at the same time, they're very different games, except for being tactical and everything. But this game is just very well done. This is the PAL UK version in English, so I was able to get this back then, and I believe I bought this, or this one might have been a gift. I can't really remember. It's between this one and the next one I'm going to show you, but definitely interesting game to check out. Why did I pick up the UK copy? Because of course it had a case to it, The American copy only got a cart in the blister pack, so I like having my stuff uniform, and that's why I kind of like just like I gotta get the UK version. So the game is 2 players, so if I ever got the American copy, I could do 2-player link up, but I don't know if anybody's gonna want to play this game or know what it's about. So, but anyways, I think it's a very good game. If you get Fosslay for cheap, definitely pick it up. I would say it's one of I don't know how to pronounce their name. It's Saknoth. Saknoth is one of their first games, and they have high production values for what they were doing back in the day. So definitely check it out. Next game here is Cotton. Cotton is an awesome shoot 'em up. Well, I don't want to say awesome. It's more of a cool cute 'em up. I remember playing Cotton back on the I want to say the PS1 was the first system I played it on. I thought it was pretty cool. When I was in Korea, I got a copy up there, and I liked the game. And then I found out it came out on the Neo Geo Pocket. I was like, wow, let me look this up, and it looked pretty good. It was a good port and everything. So instead of going for a Japanese copy, of course, I went for the UK copy. And this, I remember, was pretty expensive back when I got it. Even back in, I think it was 2012, 2013. Complete copy was like $200-300, maybe slightly less than that. But one of these was a gift from my friend, and one of them I bought myself. I just can't remember because it was a while back, but I have to look up that information later. But anyways, these are probably 2 of the rarest games I have on the system, and they're UK ports. So another reason why I got the UK ports was because I like the uniform cases they have, SNK. When you see what we got over here, we got cardboard boxes pretty much, and it shows you how they look. When it comes to America, man, they just do the cheapest of cheap, which is messed up. So UK got nicer things than us over here, at least with the Neo Geo Pocket stuff. So anyways, if you like what you're seeing about Cotton here, I don't know if I can talk you into picking it up, but if you got the money to drop money and pick it up, and you like what you're seeing, go for it. Obviously, getting the cart would be cheaper, but if you get it in a box like this, then you're going to be paying a little bit of money for it. Or you get the Japanese version, which is probably slightly cheaper, but it'll be in Japanese. Next game here, Metal Slug second. Is this second mission? Yeah, second mission. The first Metal Slug game was okay on the system, but this one is the one that really shined on the system. So out of all the Metal Slug games, it's the one they put the most heart into, and you could tell from the production values in the beginning. Had a little intro screen. It's not 2 players, unfortunately, but it's kind of cool how you have like a life bar instead of like getting hit once and you die. So pretty much plays like a traditional Metal Slug game, which is good on the system. Controls are actually better than they were on the first game, so that's a good thing. I haven't beat this one yet, but I was getting pretty far in it at the time I was playing it. So if you want to go for a Metal Slug game, if you want to have to go for one of them on the system, I would say definitely go for the second mission. It's a way better game than the first one, and yeah, that's all I can really say about it. It's Metal Slug. Everybody's played Metal Slug. It's run and gun fun. One of the most unique games I have on the system, I think this was one of the last games released complete in box for the Neo Geo Pocket system in America, was SNK Gal Fighters, or it might have been just the last fighting game released for the system. Now, Gal Fighters is a bit expensive, but I'm pretty sure it was the last fighting game made for the system. I think it has the highest production values out of all of them, especially with how certain scenes play out with the game. So it doesn't have as many fighters as a Millennium match, but at the same time, when you do a finishing move on a character, the background will change into like their memories, pretty much, like when they're losing, or like kind of like if someone dies, their life flashes before their eyes, pretty much. Well, when you beat your opponent with a super move, they're kind of like good moments in their life flash before their eyes, and it shows it in the background, which is really cool. So I thought that was awesome how they did that with this game. You would have to decide really if it's the best out of the fighting games for the system, but there's no fighting game on the Neo Geo Pocket that I've seen that was ever bad. So all of them were really good. But I think this one has the highest production values out of all of them. So definitely check out SNK Gal Fighters if you could pick it up for cheap. Next we have Magical Drop Pocket. Oh man. This was actually the first version I ever played in Magical Drop. And I did not know what I was doing when I played this game. I mean, everything comes at you so fast. I mean, the ceiling's falling, you got to match the colors up fast, you got to get moving. But once you get the hang of it, it's a lot of fun. I don't know if there's a big difference between picking what characters you start with or whatnot, but either way, it's cool puzzle fun. Let me know what you guys think about this one. It's pretty up there in price, but you know, like I said, I got mine a long time ago before anybody was really looking at this stuff, and that's for all these games pretty much. I got these back, I want to say in the early 2012, 13, and 14. That's when I got most of my games. Probably one of the coolest games on the system when it comes to action. This is Dark Arms for Neo Geo Pocket. This one's like a top-down action game, pretty much. Kind of like if you play like top-down Zelda games, things like that. A lot of fun. RPG elements where it comes into your character. He doesn't level up. You actually level up the guns he has. So you level. You level up your weapons pretty much. Very story based. There was actually an arcade game. This is a sequel to the arcade game. I forgot what the arcade game was called, but somebody in the comments will let us know. But if you want to get like a Neo Geo Pocket system, you plan on getting that system, this is definitely like one of the must-haves to have on the system. So remember Dark Arms. And now we have Puyo Pop. Reason I got this one because I really enjoyed Puyo Pop Fever on the DS, and this is like kind of like the original series, because Fever is kind of like the rebranding of the series pretty much. But most Puyo Pop games are the same. So what I didn't like about this one though is that it doesn't play music while you're in the level pretty much. You just hear the sound effects. I thought that was weird. Unless there's some option I have to change to where I turn on the music or something like that. It's just kind of weird to play a puzzle game without some music going. Like, think about like playing Tetris without hearing any of the music in it. You know, it's kind of weird, right? At least for some of us. I mean, I just gotta have the music to keep things flowing. But anyways, a good puzzle game on the system. Check this one out if you have the funds to get it. Here we have Sonic the Hedgehog for the Neo Geo Pocket. This Sonic the Hedgehog is pretty unique, where it kind of mixes Sonic the Hedgehog 2 and Sonic 4 together. Like, some of the levels are like from both of those games, but the boss battles with Robotnik are really different. There actually has some unique boss battles with him in it. They seem exclusive to this version of the game, so I was really impressed with that. And they also brought back the 3D half pipe from Sonic 2 as a bonus stage. I wasn't really a big fan of that stage. I did get all the Chaos Emeralds in the second game back in the day, but it wasn't easy on that level because you can't see what's coming. You know, that thing would always trick you. Like, you never know what's around the corner, some spikes or some coins. You just didn't know. I guess you had to rememberize it pretty much, but I mean, it's just those levels were long pretty much. So, but anyways, the 3D half pipe is a lot better in this game. It just feels a lot smoother and everything. But it's Sonic the Hedgehog, and you can't go wrong with that. And it feels like a really unique game on the system. They're all pretty much the same, but this one feels like it's its own thing pretty much. So if you want to play Sonic Pocket Adventure, pick it up on the Neo Geo Pocket. One of the games you're going to want to have on the system pretty much, at least a fighting game, and it'll probably be the most common game you get besides King of Fighters. Sorry, this is Match of the Millennium. This is Capcom vs SNK. This game is really good. Now I have two copies because I have the PAL version and the American version, and then you can do 2-player on this game and everything like that. So I wanted to have them for that. But this is like definitely like when SNK and Capcom were putting their games together, and that was a good time in video games. I mean, seriously, nobody would ever thought that Capcom and SNK would come together and do a fighting game. So yeah, SNK did a good job on these games. They only made one other game, which was SNK vs Capcom, which is on PS2 and Xbox. I really like that one, but these ones feel a little bit more fluid than that one, to be honest with you. That one felt like it was kind of rushed in a way, but I don't know, maybe I just gotta get better at it. I'm not really sure. But now we're gonna take a look at the full collection. I'll go over a little detail with you about everything as best I can, try to include everything, and we'll go from there. Let's check it out. Hey guys, it's the next day, and I forgot to add one of the key games in the video, Rockman Power Battles. This is the Rockman, the first two battle games all in one. Unfortunately, it's one player, but still, it's a pretty good game. And what they consist of is pretty much all Mega Man boss battles. Is pretty much just how the game plays out. So it's really fun, very arcadey-like. And sorry I forgot to put this in the video. I just totally forgot this game was on the shelf right here, and I just totally forgot about it. So I probably will be adding it in an updated video, or just adding it in a clip or in a link in the current video. So yeah. Alright, so starting it off, Neo Turf Masters. That's always a really good game. Bust and Move, Pocket Tennis. You know, a lot of these games are like they're a lot of fun, and they have that pretty much like arcadey feel to it. So they're easy games to get into and get out of. As you can see here, these are the American releases, and we got the cardboard boxes. Cardboard, though the way these ones are produced, they're actually pretty cool, but I prefer the plastic cases that the UK got for their games. You know, it seemed like Japan actually got the cardboard too, so UK got the best out of this deal for the Neo Geo Pocket system. But other than that, I mean, they still look good. And if you're going for like, if you want to collect for the Neo Geo Pocket, I would suggest actually just going for the cart only. Getting the games in box now just could be like pretty pricey, especially when you're dealing with secondhand sellers. Neo Cherry Masters, that's probably one of the last games I got for the system. And that game right there, The Last Blade, it's actually the American copy. I had the Japanese copy, I sold it, and I put the American copy inside because I wanted to have a box for it. Then years later, I found out that the UK had a box for it, like they had a complete copy of the game released over there. So, but oh well, that game is way too pricey now. But this is my American set. And now here we're looking at the UK set here, Cotton and Fosley. Like I said, those are probably my rarest games. And here's Fatal Fury. I actually got the case given to me, so I just went and completed it. Baseball Stars, another classic, of course. What do you have? What, Neo Geo Cup here, 98. And then we have Pocket Tennis again. And there's Samurai Showdown, the first game. And then here's well, no, that's King of the Fighters 1, and King of the Fighters 2, Metal Slug, and then Puzzle Bobble. Okay, I got confused for a second here. And Match the Millennium. Here's Dynamite Slugger. I almost forgot to add this in the collection here. I put it on the side somewhere, but this is a pretty cool baseball game. Not better than Baseball Stars, but still pretty fun. And here are empty cases I have for some of the UK games, and one Japanese game for Fosley. If I ever get the Japanese version, I'll have the box for it. Now we get to look at the systems. This is, unfortunately, this is an empty box. It has the case for Samurai Showdown in there, but no Crystal Neo Geo. I'll have to complete that later, and also get the game Samurai Showdown Part 1 to put in there. But that's not a big deal right now, but it's just nice to have this thing. Also here we have the Neo Geo Pocket Color Yellow. I got this at my local store a few years ago actually, and thank God I did, because if they had saw what these things are going for now, this thing would have been through the roof. I actually got it for, I think, 40 bucks complete in box. And the next one here, I actually got this at Goodwill, got lucky and found this one for $14.99. I was happy about that. And then I had a box for it too, so I completed that somewhat. And then here is this is my main one. You probably saw this on Metal Jesus channel when I was on Jason's channel, showing this one off. So I've had this one for a very long time, and this one has a built-in light in it. You can't really see it, of course, but it's in there. And the battery, as you can see, is flickering, so it is dying, but the battery life on these things lasts a really long time. Alright guys, so that's going to do it for the Neo Geo Pocket Color collection. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. The only thing that I didn't really like about this system, of course, is that it didn't really get to live up to its potential, and it's unfortunate, you know, dealing with the Game Boy Color and the Pokemon craze, which actually still exists today. The system just didn't really stand a chance, but it's definitely a good system to collect for. I would suggest, if you don't want to spend a lot of money on it, because it's gotten expensive over the last few years, probably get one of those R4 cards for it and put every game on a cart and play it like that. You know, that's be a more convenient way to do things. But anyways, guys, thank you for watching this video, and let me know what you guys think about the Neo Geo Pocket Color, if you collect for it or if you plan on doing it so in the future. Radical Reggie, and I will see you guys later.